Okay, welcome. Hello, my name is Peter, and today we are going to be looking at some interesting markers. These ones right here. I have a few different colors, 18 different colors to look at. This video is brought to you by Green Chef, by the way. These markers are interesting because they're blocks. Look, they have Lego-like elements there, all right? That is the first interesting part. Markers I can both draw with and build with. That's like pretty crazy. I mean, what's not to love about that? And of course, that's why I bought them. I saw them, I bought them, I wanted them. I was like, give me those. And they got here, and well, to be honest, they're a little bit disappointing. I don't mean to be a party pooper, but this is about the most you can do with them. Building anything beyond this gets a little bit discouraging. So you can see the markers are three-sided. One side has innies, one side has outies, and one side has nothing, just the label and the word Artline Blox Drawing Pen written on it. So you can kind of do little designs like pop it together like this. They work best when you connect as many of the bumps as possible. They don't really work well when you don't do a full side of connection like this. So you can pop them together, and you can see that I'm really having to squeeze. These take a lot of effort to pop together only a little bit, and they just seem very sluggish, resistant, and hesitant to connect, right? So you can do cool stuff like this. Maybe take your 6 most favorite markers, and then you can pop all 6 lids off at once. But this is kind of useless because, then you might, if you just want to draw with one, you got to take the whole thing apart. Basically what happens is if you try to build any bigger structure, the effort it takes to squeeze the pieces together will inevitably break the rest of the structure, or just the weight of the markers will break the structure, because these little bumps and holes, the system of the blocks just doesn't stick together that well. You really have to push it together. They just don't want to go. So as far as the block part of these pens go, it's a cool idea that I can play with the pens, and all the time I don't spend drawing with them, I could spend building, but the building part is not satisfying, and it really could be and should be. Like, I had to squeeze these two together really hard to get them to barely stay together. It's just not cool. That's not what you want. At least it's not what I want. But it does seem like there's a pretty wide range of the colors. The colors look nice and vibrant. And I really do just kind of like how they look like tentacles. And it's fun if you like textures, stimming, that sort of thing. It's fun just to run your fingers up and down the bumps on the side of the pens. I mean, I like them just because the pens look weird and have these fun bumps on the side of them. Like, I like them just for that's sake. It's fun just to feel them. And you could put the lid back on different ways so it doesn't match up. And I guess you could get some other building options that way, but like I said, it just doesn't work that well, which is the major disappointment. I actually haven't tried drawing with them much yet. But first, it's time to make some dinner with the Green Chef box that just got delivered to my doorstep. Green Chef is a USDA certified organic company that makes eating well, easy, and affordable. They have dishes for a variety of lifestyles, including vegan, vegetarian, paleo, and keto. And today in this video, you can see me making the harissa spiced chicken, which even for me was very easy and doable. Usually I stay in my corner cooking things like hot dogs, but the ingredients come pre-measured, perfectly proportioned, and mostly prepped. Plus there's plenty of variety with 9 weekly recipes to choose from per meal plan. So if you want to save yourself some blood, sweat, tears, time, money, and effort to get some delicious food, go to greenchef.us and use code PeterDraws100 to get $100 off plus free shipping on your first box. That's right, PeterDraws100. Go check it out, get some delicious food. I really enjoyed what I made today. So, like I said, the markers aren't very good at being building blocks, but I guess they're actually technically felt-tipped pens, and they are pretty good at being that. I'm probably not the best one to be using these or advertising or showing them off because if I had my way, I would just use the black one and that's it. But I tried using some of the other colors, and even in one of the drawings, I think I used almost all of them in one drawing, which was difficult and weird and unfamiliar for me. It felt strange, but I did it. I tried it. Okay. I sometimes wonder if maybe I would be more prone to using lots of different colors if that's how I started. Because I think I started drawing, I mean, at least this type of drawing that I do in high school when I was doodling in class, right? And I guess I just had like one black pen with me. And maybe if at that time when I had found myself bored in class with nothing else to do, what if I had a bunch of different colors at my fingertips? Would that have changed the course of my personal artistic history forever? Would I now be sitting here today finding it difficult to only draw in black and white instead of finding it difficult to create colorful art? I don't know. I sometimes wonder about that, the what ifs. But can't spend too much time doing that. You just got to jump in and do what you can. So a couple of these drawings, I just did one or two colors because that's a little bit more manageable, easy to wrap my mind around. And then one of them I added a bunch of colors, and I don't know. These aren't my favorite drawings ever, but it's okay. And yeah, like I said, the markers, the pens, whatever they're called, did work very well. Interestingly enough, I think I got these off Jet Pens. I found the markers, the pens listed there, and they sell them individually. But then I also ordered the 18 pack, I think, expecting it to come in like a box of 18 or some little plastic pack of 18 of them. But then on the invoice after I ordered it, they actually had just gone through and picked out one of each color and then put them in the boxes. Even the boxes that they came in were just for one color each. Like I think I got a box for the gray ones and a box for the purple ones. They just took all the gray ones out and put 8 different colors in there. And wait, 9 different colors? Half of 18 is 9. Anyway, it's just interesting how it doesn't actually seem like it comes in an 18 set, even though there's 18 different colors of them. Anyways, and also I tried translating some of the text on the outside of the box. I think it's in Japanese, trying to get at what they're expecting us to do with these pens, what their goals are. And some of it said, that you attach them, you click them together, they're felt tip pens, they're colorful, so on and so forth. And it really does seem like they wanted people to attach them in a ring. I think this is what the word said, attach them in a ring so that they're easier to carry around. And that's really where they lose me because I just don't know anyone. Maybe other people have other approaches to markers. I just don't know anyone who wants to attach their markers to each other to carry them around. Markers are one of the few things I think you don't want to attach to each other. I mean, like, for example, there are some little things we carry around that work fine when they're attached to each other, like keys, for example. We attach our keys together and with a key ring, for example, and they still work fine while they're attached to the key ring. But the markers, if we attach them, we have to detach them again just to use them, and they're not that much easier or more difficult to carry around in one state or the other, the attached or disattached state. I think it's just some kind of sales gimmick, a novelty thing, which is fine. I like the novelty of it, and I accept that. But if they're trying to claim that it's somehow actually more easy and convenient to carry markers around when they're in a clump of 6, I think it's actually less easy because if you put 6 markers in a pencil pouch, they can kind of lie down flat in there. But if you put them connected together in one of these 6 marker rings that are very easy to do with this Lego block system that's built onto them, it's like in a big, thick sausage-like shape, which would take up, kind of takes up a lot more room. I don't know. It's weird. I haven't really figured it out, but they're kind of fun to play around with, like I said, but mostly just frustrating. But ultimately, they are good at drawing. The colors seem rich and full. There was no like flow problems. Like the pen part of them seems to work just fine. Personally, lately I haven't, even just for the past several years, I haven't been drawing a lot with felt tipped pens because I don't know. I did used to a lot in the past, like Pigma Micron, stuff like that. Those were some of the first types of pens I used for a long time, but they are inherently pens that wear out because you just draw with them. Even if you're nice to them and you use them well, they'll either dry out or the nibs will just gradually kind of wear out as they go across the paper after hour after hour, and they kind of feather out or turn into a different shape. They just don't last just by nature of how they're made. It's like drawing with a type, well, I guess felt, which is like, what is that, cloth? Fiber? It's like a tiny piece of fiber. Other pens, there's so many other pens we have that are made of metal, whether it's your technical pens or your ballpoint rollerball pens, right? Stuff like that. So I don't know. They're good, but I guess they're not my first choice these days. If I would be honest with you, I think I'd be most likely just to keep a couple one of these on hand at my desk just to fiddle with and run my fingers across all the satisfying little bumps and holes like I mentioned, and to fiddle with. Like I have a few pens like that. So I don't know, I don't know. I feel like maybe I should apologize for having a pen that I don't want to use as a pen, but that's okay. No apology needed. Okay.